What is up, Duval natives? Actually, not all of you are Duval natives. Hey, Duval Till We Die shirt from Mike over there. I guess we do have listeners from outside of Jacksonville, so welcome, Duval supporters. Because if you listen to our podcast, you probably support the Jaguars. And yeah, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm trying to think of a different opener. That was pretty lame. It is what it is. We're on episode 117.
Well, to be fair, I didn't think it was lame, but if you think it's lame, it kind of describes our sports team's seasons. So it's been rough.
Touche. Episode
Except the Magic.
117 of Dimes on Duval, presented by Nerdy Nuts. He's Mike Yashi. I am Keith Manzi. Skylar is out this evening, so it'll be just us two recording. Yes, you did mention the Orlando Magic are not bad. I am going to do a special podcast. For those of you that don't know, there's technically a second podcast that is under the Dimes on Duval umbrella, which is called Manzi's Magic, where I talk about the Orlando Magic. And I will record that, I don't know, whenever I have time, because I was supposed to do a preseason episode. I never did. So if you like the NBA, we'll talk about it on that.
I would say, to be fair, we didn't even do our NBA preview this year because we've been so busy, all of us.
Oh, we did do our NBA Finals picks, which I already, looking back, feel disgusting about.
I feel great about mine.
Yeah, yours is fine. I shouldn't have picked the Nuggets.
Yeah, they look bad.
I was under false pretenses, being told that Russ was stretching the floor a lot better, but then Jokic goes out and he hits like 7 threes last night, and they still lose. And I think they only have one win so far this season. So,
yeah, Jamal Murray looks low, but we're not a Nuggets podcast. We are, unfortunately, a Jaguars podcast, a Noles podcast, and a Gators podcast. Yeah, we'll talk about NBA later on.
Well, let's jump into that. We're going to switch things up since Skylar's not here. Let's just get the Gators out of the way. I just have one question for you, Mike. The Florida Gators are plus 16 and a half. Can they cover?
Yes.
I think
so. Can they cover? Yes. Will they? No.
I think they will. I
think so.
We've seen good Georgia, which is beating the crap out of Texas and beating the crap out of Auburn. But we've also seen bad Georgia with letting Mississippi State score 31 points on them and beating Kentucky by 1 point. There's been a lot of slow starts for this Georgia team so far this season. I think they're playing down to their opponents a lot. And Florida's on the uprise, unlike some of those other teams I mentioned. I think that Florida it'll probably one of those where at half, it'll be a low score and Florida will still be in the game. And then the second half, Georgia will pull away because that just seems to be the trend for me. I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. But they'll only win by, say, like 14. It'll be like 31-21 or something. I don't know. Something like that. Am I crazy?
I think you might be a little crazy there.
Okay.
I think we haven't seen Georgia's best. We really haven't. We saw it 2 weeks ago against Texas, and they looked damn good in that game, and they kind of outed Texas a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They exposed Texas. But Georgia, their one bad game, to be fair, was against Alabama, in my opinion. They did not show up in the first half against Alabama.
No. Terrible.
And that was a road game. This is a neutral site. There'll be 50-50 more Georgia, I think, than Florida fans. I do believe that Georgia will pull away. It could be close in the first quarter. I just think Georgia, coming off a bye week, they're going to be well rested. They're going to be ready to go. I think they've got a tough schedule ahead of them. So this is either do or die for Georgia. They cannot afford a trip up or a slow start here.
They could be looking ahead.
They're in for a rude awakening against Ole Miss and or Tennessee in 2 weeks or next week. So I think this is the first of a pivotal stretch for Georgia. As much as it's hard to say that Georgia has a pivotal stretch in their season, this is key. If they start off strong against Florida, they're looking like national championship contenders. But if they struggle against Florida, then we'll see if they can. I just wonder I think Florida fans are hoping that this game is a close game going into the fourth quarter, which from what I'm understanding, it makes it seem like you believe that. Mm-hmm. But I personally don't. I think it'll be over by midway through the third quarter. If I really can see it being over by half.
Well,
I
yeah,
just
geez,
don't.
you were saying you could see it over by the end of the first quarter. You said it was
No,
getting
no, no, no. I
close.
don't
You
think
said full
first
day.
quarter everyone gets the rust out, but it would not surprise me if Florida Georgia's up 21-0 after one. I just don't think Florida's a good team, and that's due to coaching.
I was
And
gonna say, yeah, it's all coaching. I mean, they got the
Kirby
talent.
Smart is up here, Napier is down here, and Kirby Smart is ready to get those dogs ready to go. So just make sure they're not driving down here.
Well, I'll say since our team is so bad, I think I'm a Tennessee fan for the rest of the season. Just because I've liked what they've done. I don't think they're an elite team. I don't think they'll go to the national championship game, but I just like rooting for them. I love their new uniforms that they just released. I don't know if you saw the video, but they've got like the dark. It's like all black uniforms with the orange accents. Looks pretty clean in my opinion. Not a huge fan of black uniforms as much as I used to be, but they do look very nice. But speaking of our bad team, yeah, Florida State. I was not able to watch a single down of this game.
Count your blessings you were not able to watch the game.
Miami, I from what I heard, and you can correct me on this in a second, but from what I heard, didn't look stellar, didn't look bad. It was just kind of like okay, well they scored 36 points, but it's Florida State. They're so bad. Florida State scores 14 with I'm pretty sure like they scored with like 10 seconds left in the game or something like that to give us 14. But
So yes. So first quarter it was 7-0. Florida State kept it close, but it really didn't feel close to me. Florida State's receiver stink.
yeah,
Our leading rusher was Luke Kromenhoek on a bizarre run play that ended up him getting like 42 yards on a run, which is kind
yeah,
of weird. He like went to the left and just it almost fell. He almost dropped the snap. It was like a weird play. He ended up 42 yards. We ended up scoring a touchdown that drive.
I did
Whatever.
see that. That was cool.
It was I watched the whole game and I kind of I'm like I don't know what's wrong with this team. We keep saying this over and over again. It is what it is. It's a lost season. It's clearly we may not win more than one game this year. We projected to lose to North Carolina. We're underdogs against them, against Mac Brown, who has never beaten his alma mater. Notre Dame is a 21-point favorite currently. Charleston Southern, we don't know what the spread is, but I would not be surprised if Charleston Southern beats us. I don't think that spread's out. Florida might beat us. They're definitely gonna be probably favored by 2 touchdowns against us. Um, I just I'm getting frustrated with this team and obviously this coaching staff, and I can see multiple coaches being let go postseason,
Hmm.
I'm sorry, in the off season. I just don't know where it'll start and where it'll end. I personally don't believe Mike Norvell will be fired. I know people are talking about it. I saw some fake posts about how he's leading. He's the number one coach in odds to be fired. That's not a thing. Stop falling for fake accounts. Like, stop doing that. So, I, I don't know. I really don't know. We have not scored more than 21 points all year. That
Yeah,
is a
that was going to
concern
be
for
something I'd
me.
segue. Yeah, did not score more than 21 points, have not scored over 16 inside the United States.
We haven't scored more than yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It is a very bad football team all around. Now I just have a concern with Mike Norvell and his decision making. And what I mean by that is he started Brock Glenn, fine. Then he switched to Croman Hoke. Then Croman Hoke scored a touchdown. Okay, keep him in the game. Kept him in the game until the fourth quarter. Halfway through the fourth, he's like, I'm gonna put Brock Glenn back in. Why?
Why?
And I guess he and I don't know if I got to listen to the press conference, but he stated that he believed that Brock was better for that situation. I guess he was trying to run out the clock, and I guess Coleman Hoke has not had been in that experience before in that situation. So it is what it is. I personally think Chrome Hoke should be starting the rest of the year. He looked good. He had some freshman mistakes, but that's expected in a road environment in Miami, which, yes, Miami fans, come on, you guys showed up, but congratulations. You only show up for the one game a year against Florida State. Now, let's see if you show up against the rest of the season. But I do believe that Chrome should be the starter. Now, we'll see how many players stay after next year. In my opinion, I'm getting closer. I mean, there's only 4 games left. Thank the Lord. We are
Yeah.
almost done with this season. Um, but yeah, I don't know if North Carolina, if we beat North Carolina, I would be shocked, but also not surprise me because Mac Brown cannot get it done against Florida State. So
Yeah,
I
but
just don't know.
it's a season for record breaking. I mean, Duke beat us; they'd never beat us before. I will say, if we somehow lose to Charleston Southern, you saw me laughing a minute ago. I just wanted to click on that game. Charleston Southern is also 1-7. Their starting quarterback has 670 total passing yards on the season. I mean, obviously they rush the ball better than we do just because we're the worst rushing team in the entire league. Their only win is a win against Furman, but they've lost they lost 38-0 against Richmond. Every other game's been kind of but like Lindenwood. I don't even know what that is, and they've lost to them. So if we get that second win, I'll
We are
feel
so lucky.
somewhat
Florida State fans are lucky that Cal's kicker missed some kicks because
Oh yeah.
they should be over right now. Over.
hmm
But
Well,
I
I did
guess
see you were
I mean
talking
this is
about
an
people.
unprecedented collapse.
Unprecedented collapse indeed. You were talking about people staying, people leaving, and stuff like that. I don't know if you saw the Instagram post or Twitter post from Luke Kromenhoek's sister saying basically like he is locked in to stay. Yeah, it was a
I
post
did
like,
not see that, but that's good to
once
hear.
loyal,
But we'll
always
see.
loyal, and it was like a lock emoji or something like that. I was like, hey, okay, cool. I hope.
I I will believe that when it comes to December.
Hey,
I don't
man.
care what anyone says in October or November. It's December that matters for me. If you stay, or honestly, in the spring too. So we'll see.
Are
I
we
did
gonna
not see
start
that
talking
post.
about
If you can set,
we gonna start talking about Dylan McNamara and Trevor Jackson soon?
no, I think it's Cromanhoe 100% the rest of the way.
I just mean like for next season.
Oh God, no, please no. But yeah, if you still have access to that post, send it to me because I want to see that because I have not
Yeah, I got you.
FSU Twitter tweet about it. So then again, I haven't really been on much on Twitter today. So, but yeah, no, honestly, overall the game kind of sucked. I mean, I was hyped that we scored a touchdown. I'm just glad we scored a touchdown. Offense looked competent, even though we got lucky with that one drive. But yeah, no, Florida State is a mess. It sucks. It is what it is. It's just sorrow. It's sadness over here in Jacksonville and in Tallahassee.
It is really sad. I really hope that we can just erase this with an amazing Magic season. I know I go back to the NBA, but I gotta lean on something to make me feel a little bit better about my sports fandoms. We did see the sports equinox, which was Monday. I don't know if you knew that it was called the sports equinox because every major sport was playing basically, and all the New
Which
York
I
teams
realized
lost, which was funny.
I didn't realize that it's only happened 31 times. I feel like it happens every year, but maybe it hasn't. And I thought it happened last year too, but I guess not.
I guess not. Yeah, just kind of cool to see that kind of stuff happen and so much sports going on. We take it for granted when we're sitting in the dog days of summer, getting bored with maybe MLB, and that's it. It gets really boring. But speaking of boring, well, actually, no, this game wasn't boring. The Jaguars game, Jaguars Packers, 30-27, your final score. You knock out the starting quarterback for the Packers, Jordan Love, who had a groin injury, which confused me because I thought it was his knee the whole time, but I can't remember if it was 44 or 41 bumped into him. He fell down and he was out the rest of the game. So you think with a backup quarterback, Jags are set, right? You just got to stop the Malik Willis who stinks. Can't get it done. We lose, and Brandon McManus is the one who sends us home. Former Jag.
Of course he is. But going back to Jordan Love, well, I'll touch on that. But I can't believe that. I thought it was the same thing you said. I thought he re-aggravated his MCL, the way he landed.
Yep.
But I thought it was that, but I guess it was a groin. I'm like, oh, that kind of makes more sense the way he was running after the fact. I'm like, huh, interesting. But yeah, when you have a backup quarterback, and this goes back, I'm just getting fed up with Ryan Nielsen. When you have a backup quarterback in and you're expecting one type of play over and over and over and over again, why not load up the box? And if you have him beat you, if he beats you, okay, fine, you adjust. You can adjust at that point. But he is not showing that he can beat you. So run they're running the ball. So go at Josh Jacobs, go at Emmanuel Wilson, go at Malik Willis, run them down. None of that.
None.
It pissed me off. And that's literally one of my cousins literally said that is asinine defense, like asinine play calling. Like, how do you not go after their backup quarterback? Like, common sense. If he beats you, he beats you. Force him to beat you. So it pissed me off. And of course, on the one play that led to the game-winning kick, I don't know if you saw the where the two linebackers literally looked like Foye and Ventrell. I think it was Foye and Ventrell. They looked like they just did a spinorama
Loop de loop. Yeah.
and they were just gone, and that caused the game-winning play, game-winning field goal. Pissed me off. This defense is irritating. And in the NFL, you have 27 points on offense. Your defense has got to come up with some stops, and they didn't. And that's literally what cost the Jaguars the game. And if I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm fucking pissed.
I don't blame you, man. 21 for 32 with 2 tutties. Had an interception that I don't know if it's 100% his fault. You threw it in an area where the ball hog Xavier McKinney, who has the most interceptions in the NFL this season. It is what it is. The fumble, that's a little more inexcusable. But to anyone that's sitting here putting this game on Trevor Lawrence as the sole reason that we lost, incorrect.
It's the defense, man. It's the defense and the defense it just pissed me off. Now, I will say I have a problem with Doug Peterson and how he handled the post-game presser. I don't know if you've seen that clip where someone asked about how Trevor led the drive. I want to talk about that real quick
Yeah.
because Trevor lost his three receivers in a game. He lost Brian Thomas for the game. He
Christian
lost
Kirk,
Christian
Gabe
Kirk for the
Davis.
game and out for the season. He lost Gabe Davis. So he's down to his number 4 receiver, and Tim Jones. No offense to him, he's a number 4 for a reason. Parker
He's number
Washington.
5, man. Parker Washington's
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Okay. Parker Washington, Tim Jones, and Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is still consistent form. Great.
And
But to
Brenton
say
Strange.
that,
Brenton
and
Strange.
Brandon Strange, yes, correct. And to say, Doug was said, like, yeah, he did fine, but got to give the credit to the other guys too. I'm like, yeah, you can say that, but like, Trevor had to work with these guys with no practice reps. And like, you got to give your young quarterback some, what am I looking for? But like, I can't remember, like, some raise up his like
Boost it. Yeah.
confidence.
Boost
Yeah,
his
boost
ego
his
a little.
confidence.
It's self-esteem.
Like, come on. And no wonder I'm truly thinking whenever Doug does get fired, because I don't think it's a if, it's now a when.
It's
And I'm
when.
convinced in that. It's literally in 3 weeks. If we lose the next 3 games, he's gone. There will be reports coming out after how toxic Doug and Trevor's relationship was. And I just hope it doesn't break Trevor Lawrence. So that's what I'm thinking. But the defense pissed me off, and Doug Peterson with some of his decision making pissed me off too. And like the comments post game.
Yeah. There's definitely a problem with all of that in the locker room. Head coach is being a ding dong. Defense still just confusing. I'm pretty sure there was a drive where the Packers went 5 plays over like 60 yards, and Trayvon and Josh Allen both were not on the field for those 5 plays. How do you even scheme that? What sense does that make? The Packers' offensive line is decent. They're not that good. I don't even think they pressured Jordan Love. I don't think they did at all when he was in the game.
I mean, they got to him a few times, but it wasn't
Actually,
like
let
to
me see
point
here.
of
I guess I can
sacks.
see QB hits. Okay, there was 4 QB hits, 1 sack with Hines Allen and Trayvon, and that was on Malik, which didn't even lose a yard. So whatever, you can call it a sack, but it didn't really do anything. The fact that Malik Willis went out there and just hummed with the offense is a telltale sign that their coaching is a lot better than ours. And hats off to Josh Jacobs. Had a hell of a run, had a hell of a game. Tank Bigsby, almost 100 yards, decent. Brian Thomas Jr., I will say with the receivers, yes, you did mention Christian Kirk, broken collarbone, out for the season. Hate to see that. Brian Thomas Jr. with a chest contusion, I think officially is what they said. Very confusing on Twitter when they're saying he's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. Actually, no, he's not. Let's wait until tomorrow. And then we heard today that it's just going to be he might play this Sunday against the Eagles. So Gabe Davis can just stay out the rest of the season. I really don't care. I rather see Parker Washington than Gabe Davis on the field just because Gabe Davis stinks. But it's gonna be a true next man up now with this offense. Trevor and BTJ have really built a connection. Will this injury slow him down or make him a little more hesitant? I'm not sure. With Kirk out, I think Tim Jones is more of the slot guy, so he'll probably be plugged in for Kirk. I don't know. I liked what I saw from those guys late in the game, and then I guess you're gonna have to elevate. You're gonna have to call the practice squad and get Austin Tremmel probably. He's definitely a slot guy, so he can definitely come up. I think he went to Rice, if I'm recalling correctly. I'd be really impressed if I remember that. But you know,
I'm
this
not
doesn't
looking that
fix
up, so
anything.
I'll
This
take your
doesn't
word for
fix
it.
yeah. This doesn't fix anything with the problem. The main problem is the Jaguars can't find a way to win a football game. And I don't think the Eagles are very good. They did just put a whooping on the Bengals, but I don't know if I see a way where we win this game. We're 2-6. This is the heart of the tough schedule that we talked about last week. I thought the Packers was going to be the one that we would win and couldn't get it done. So
27 points scored and you still lose. Like, I don't, this defense is really gonna be a problem. And I cannot wait till 3 more weeks and then everyone will be gone. Doug will be gone. Hopefully, Bulky will be gone. And I'm now seeing some recourse on Twitter again about how these picks maybe not as bad. These picks by Bulky have not been as bad. But like, I feel like that's not something you should change your mind about after 7 games of the season, 8 games of the season. Like, a lot of the pickups he's done, whether via draft or free agency, have been good, but also a lot have been very bad. You signed or you extended Roy Robertson Harris last year, and then you trade him into halfway through the second season of the first season of the extension.
mhm.
Dumb management move. Second one, Mason Smith, your second round pick this year, inactive. What are we doing here in week 8
Yeah,
of the season?
forgot about him.
Like, and I don't know if there's an issue between management and coaching, which there probably is. And if that's the case, just if I'm Shad, bye. Give him all pink slips. Done. I'm done with this. Start over. Because I know I'm confident that this job will be a popular job if this is a fresh start with no bulky
Oh
stench.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, you've got a young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. You can develop him. You can help develop him. You've got a great receiver in Brian Thomas who can go even better. You've got a young corner in Tyson Campbell. You got 2 stud defensive ends in Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker. Like, these are core pieces to your team.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be a popular job come January, February. Like, it's gonna be popular. I hope if Bulky is gone. If Bulky's still here, we may have problems again.
I think the
So
most important thing is help me here, Mike, what you think on this. Say we lose Eagles, Vikings, Lions, and we're sitting here at 2-9 then, and we fire Doug. Are we sure that Shad Khan is smart enough not to just jump on someone before the season ends? Like, just think about like, oh yeah, this is the next guy, or
I don't think they'll do that just because they got to hire an interim coach. Now he
yeah.
might be doing it in the background. I mean, maybe, but again, you got to go through the interview. I don't know how that's going to work.
Can you
I
fire
just
a head
hope.
coach and the GM at the same time in the middle of a
Yeah.
season?
Oh
In
yeah,
the middle of
people
a
have done it
season?
all the time. I'm sure
Yeah.
people have done it. I'm sure it's done. I mean, Balky wasn't the GM at the time. Granted, they didn't fire mid-season; they fired end of season, but still,
Yeah, that's
they
why I'm
fired Caldwell and Bradley. Was it
greatly.
Bradley? Yeah, Brad. No, who was the coach in 2020? Yeah, it was Bradley. No, it was Marone. I'm so stupid. It was Doug Marone. It was Marone
Dougie.
and
The
Caldwell.
other Doug.
Yeah, the other Doug. Doug Marone and Caldwell were fired at the end of the year, and then Balky was the interim, and he just weaseled his way into a promotion. So, I mean, this is going to be the same repetitive story over and over again until we get a win and actually show some damn um, progress week over week. But I don't think we will.
Can I name a positive or two?
Sure.
Walker Little looked very good again.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He looked good last week when or 2 weeks ago when they played New England when Cam was ruled out. Like he looked good. Like he looked
Yeah,
good two
and
weeks ago
I took
and
that one with a grain of salt because I'm like, it's New England, we should look good against them. But he looked good again on Sunday, and he's the one who pushed Trevor into the end zone for that touchdown.
yeah. No, Walker Little looked good, but I just am concerned that it took a little too late for him to develop. But
Well,
again, offensive linemen could develop later than others, but I don't know.
but also, we signed Cam Robinson to a contract, and
Well, he'll be. I think he's really close to getting after he cleared concussion protocol. I think he might be traded in the next week because the trade deadline is soon.
don't let the door hit you on the way out. I'm not excited about that. And then the other one, of course, just because it's every week, is Logan Cook. That absolute gorgeous punting
Oh, that
display.
70-yard, 80-yard punt was nice.
Yeah, he gets a lot of in-game practice, which ha ha ha. Everyone always makes that joke when a punter's good on a bad team. But hey, at least if we're a bad team, we have a good punter, and I'm very thankful for that.
No, for sure. I just looked up the trade deadline is actually Tuesday at 4 p.m. So we will
This
know
Tuesday,
next
like coming
this
Tuesday.
upcoming this upcoming Tuesday, same day as the election. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
So
November
yeah,
5th.
by 4 p.m. Eastern. So honestly, if we decide to record next week, we will know who's been traded, if anyone has been traded.
That's a good call. Well, just to go around the league or in the conference, I guess, since there was two breaking news today in our division, the Colts have officially benched Anthony Richardson to turn to Joe Flacco. I don't think that helps the Jaguars. I think we'd be better off playing Anthony Richardson. I think we can beat Anthony Richardson, as we already saw Joe Flacco can beat us. 10 of 32 for 175 yards in Sunday's game against Houston. But I think the biggest thing everyone talked about is that he benched himself. Do you care about that, Mike? Like if say put it in Jaguars shoes, Trevor Lawrence says, I gotta come out for a play.
I think Anthony Richardson should be benched for that. That is ridiculous. You cannot, and
So
I've
like
seen,
if it's Trevor Lawrence, you say Trevor Lawrence should get in trouble.
yeah, I don't care. You cannot, you're the starting quarterback.
Mhm.
You play every play. I don't care. Unless you are hurt, you do not come off the field. Simple as that. Like, and I saw, what's his name? I think it was Damian Woody, whoever the offensive lineman, I think it was Damian Woody with Rex Ryan. Oh my God, they were laying into him because
Everyone
imagine an
was.
offensive lineman, the ones who actually get hit every play. They don't take a breather.
Yeah. Oops. Hang
What
on.
are we doing here? If
Oh, I lost you for a second there. Okay, you're back. You're good.
Oh, no, like that's inexcusable. I think that's the franchise quarterback, and that's damning of the franchise quarterback, in my opinion. And I think he just hurt himself by saying that, oh, yeah, I was tired. Bro, just make up an injury. But
Yeah,
then again, I don't think you
see,
can make up an injury because then it's a NFL issue.
I think that's
So,
the big mistake he made is saying that. If he had said, because on that hit before he came out, you can kind of see his knee buckled a little bit. You could have played that off and said, like, yeah, my knee didn't feel right. I just wanted to come to the sideline real quick. He didn't do that. He said I was tired, and that's a no-no. So I'm with you on that. I just wanted to get your opinion on that. And then on the other
and
end,
I think that's very it lacks leadership in my opinion,
yes.
and that is a huge question mark. And Richardson already stinks, and I think he's a bust. And I'm so glad the Colts drafted him because now they're gonna be looking for another quarterback in probably 2 more years because they're kind of stuck with him now. They can't unless they decide F in just take quarterback next year. But yikes! So glad I'm not a Colts fan. I'm also so glad I'm not a Titans fan. Well,
Yeah.
Levis is garbage. So have fun,
Will,
Tennessee.
Will Levis is garbage as well. And going back to the third team in our division, that's not us. The Texans just learned that Stephon Diggs is out for the season with a torn ACL, non-contact play.
Yeah, it was kind of as soon as it happened, I saw the replay. Yeah, he was definitely it was torn ACL. But
It
yeah, I
was
mean
it was like
it's
James Wiseman and his Achilles injury. I don't know if you saw that, but that was very obvious. He ruptured his Achilles. It
Wait,
was
did that happen this weekend?
no, that was a couple days ago. It was middle last week, I think. James
I
Wiseman
did
had
not see that. No, I did not see
that was
James
like the
Wiseman.
second game of the season. He ruptured his Achilles. You could
I
tell.
did not see that. No, but
But
yeah, no.
anyway, yeah.
It sucks because the Jags could have, if they just won the games they should have won, they'd be in contention for the division. They'd be up with the Texans, and they're not. So it blows my mind. We are 1-1 against the division. Great, but I mean we can still kind of make a run, but we need to win a game or two. But yikes, this is not good.
You gotta steal one here real soon. I'm looking through the league. Us and Carolina are the only one. Or well, we actually no. I'm sorry. We have two wins. I
We have
forgot.
2 wins.
Us and
Don't
Tennessee are the
discredit
only one
us.
win teams. You got a lot of
It's
two-win teams though, man.
yeah.
I mean, the Dolphins, we should have beat them. The Patriots, we did beat them. The Jets, we will beat them. The Browns, we should have beat them. I hate that where a lot of these teams like only other win. The Raiders, we should beat them. The Giants, we could beat them. The
The
Saints,
Saints, we should beat them.
just sad everything that's happened with them. They just can't stay
Well,
healthy.
no, hang on. There's no sadness about that. They have
Well,
86. They're $86 million under over the cap. That's their fault. Just blow
I
it up,
know. Well,
start
I
over,
mean,
rebuild.
I just mean like you hate seeing someone get hurt.
Oh yeah, fine. But that's on them for not rebuilding. Like change it. Enough with this mediocre crap. Like
Ladies
no.
and gentlemen, if you've never been introduced to Mike Yashi, he is very blunt and will tell it like it is. I love it. I love it.
Stupid. $86 million over the cap, and yet you're 2-6. Here we go. Next year they're going to be another mediocre ass team at best.
Well, that
Stupid
that
ass
whole
organization.
division's a mess. Like the mid Falcons are probably going to win the division because Tampa Bay's now lost their top receivers. So
But
I
you
don't
know
know.
who could
It's a
win the
very
division?
interesting NFL this
You know
year.
who could win their division? The Rams. After starting off so piss poor, they could win their division. They're one
Everyone
game
in
back
that
of the
division has four
Cardinals.
losses. So yeah,
It's yeah, it's up for
I'm
grabs.
I'm still looking okay with my Bengals under 500, sitting at 3-5 right now, but
Oh, I think that's a lock. I think they look like
they are
garbage.
0 and
They're
4 at home.
yeah, that's not good. They look bad.
That is really bad. Wow. I just wanted to sprinkle in some more NFL just because it's so hard just talking negatively about our teams for the whole episode. I figured we'd at least throw in some other stuff in there. Um, I do have a question for you though. I'm not 100% locked in that I'm going to do it, but I want to buy a throwback jersey just because they're beautiful and it's the best uniform the Jags have ever had. I'm between two players right now.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Okay, I guess my question is, are they current or legends?
Oh no, they're both current. They're both current.
Okay. It's gonna be Brian Thomas.
That is one of them.
Okay. And the other one, I don't know if they have them,
Come on, Mike.
but
You know me. You know
I
me.
would say Logan Cook, but I don't know if he's one of them. But no. Um,
Same vein though.
Same. Oh, you're getting little. That's funny.
So you can go on shopjaguars.com and you can pick any player that's on the team. So
Interesting.
literally I could get a Jake Funk
I
shirt.
thought you would have gotten a Logan Cook one because I feel like that's something that's up your alley too.
Well, I know. I'm debating. He's on my screen actually right now. I can't show you my screen, but he is on the screen too. He is a dope punter. I don't know which one I want. Should I make it a poll?
Mm, I mean, to be fair, if you put up a poll, everyone's gonna say Brian Thomas. Let's just be real. Because kickers can be replaced. Kickers have one bad game, two bad games, they're gone.
They're cooked.
Cooked exactly. Like we saw Scobie a few years ago. Scobie was a legend, and then he had some bad games. We shipped him off to Pittsburgh. He stunk it up even more, and he was out of the league.
But Scobie jerseys are still iconic when you see him around.
Yeah, now, but like
Yeah.
Little's a rookie. He could have a few bad games then out the
I mean,
door.
yeah, I know. That's why I'm scared about him. That's why I feel like Logan Cook is a better pick. I don't know. Because everyone has a BTJ jersey, or like because like the popular ones are always going to be the offensive guys, and then the two
Why
edges.
don't you just pay up for a custom? Have your name on it.
I don't do that.
You know, I don't
Eh.
know. I hate that idea. I mean, yes, I know it's two times the price or three times, but like I feel like it's a lifetime investment at that point.
It's that much more to get.
I'm pretty sure it's custom. It's like customs like 350 or something like that.
No,
But
no, no. I'm literally looking at it right now. It's 169. I could do jersey number 69 and put in Manzi, and
you I thought it was more for some reason.
it's still 169. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I guess if I got the really, really like fancy one, I want the preview to come up so I can see Manzi 69. It's probably not gonna look because I've been on this. Oh, it did. It did. Oh, that's so cool.
You might get it now, aren't you? That's funny.
69 actually looks pretty good on that throwback jersey. Those numbers look nice. Well, I think we've exhausted all the silliness today. I think we'll just end with an ad read and get out of here. Is that cool with you?
Yep, that works.
So, Nerdy Nuts is our wonderful sponsor. It is Halloween season. They have released a lot of delicious Halloween flavors. Skylar hinted at the sponsorship partnership that they made last week. You were off the call at that point, but he said it
Mm.
was a TV show that rhymes with Blueby Blue or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, everyone knows what TV show that is now. But Shaggy would be eating these delicious flavors. I'm just gonna focus on two flavors this week because there's a lot that have been released, but the two most popular ones, in my opinion, Monster Smoky Peanut Butter. I think that one was out last week, but they redid it because it was so popular. It's butterscotch peanut butter layered on fluff and toasted marshmallow graham mallow cream, topped with rainbow chocolate covered gems, aka M&Ms, and s'mores clusters. That sounds amazing. Like
I love
heart
s'mores,
attack.
so that definitely.
Yes, this is a part of their indulgence line, which means basically you should eat this with a spoon. And the other one is one that we've actually talked about on this show before. It's called oatmeal frosted pie, which is an oatmeal cream pie, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's brown sugar cinnamon peanut butter layered on old-fashioned oats. Then they add a scoop of sweet frosting to top it off. Mix it all together, and you got yourself essentially an oatmeal cream pie, and it's delicious. Eat it with an apple. Eat it with on a sandwich, whatever, however you like. Be sure to use our promo code DIMES10 to receive 10% off your purchase. And we would greatly appreciate it because, I think we're less than 60 days until Christmas. And if you're looking for a nice stocking stuffer or just a unique gift to someone, Nerdy Nuts is the answer. So get yourself some Nerdy Nuts with promo code DIMES10. Mike, is there anything positive you'd like to end the episode on today?
Um, just not breaking, 20, 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, whatever. Jaguars are signing former Bears running back slash receiver and return specialist Velas Jones Jr. to the roster because of
Mid.
all the injuries. Yeah. So, yeah, this is, yeah, whatever.
Well, I guess that's sort of positive. Um, I'm gonna end with the Blake Hance, yeah, gets elevated from the practice squad, and Jake Funk has been released from the practice squad. Wow, I was just talking about getting his jersey, and he gets released. Oh, my positive thing is going back to the NBA. Paolo Banchero with a 50 burger, 5-0 in a win against the Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton, who talked trash about us in the offseason. He deserves to hold that L for as long as he can possibly hold it. I'm very happy with this team thus far, 3-1, and I'm hoping for an amazing season. Mike, go ahead and end it because you're smiling about something.
The Simpsons will be coming to Monday Night Football on December 9th. I saw that yesterday. I'm just now seeing this tweet come across my timeline. Bart and the Bengals versus Homer and the Cowboys. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. So
Is it going to be like Nickelodeon? Like that
I
kind of?
guess it says Simpsons Fun Day Football is coming to Monday Night Football on December 9th. It'll be Bart and the Bengals versus Homer and the Cowboys.
Well, I can guarantee you it'll be more exciting than whatever the broadcast was last night because that game was boring as heck against the Cowboys and Giants.
Cue the jokes come December 9th. Homer Simpson's a better coach than Mike McCarthy of the Cowboys.
100%.
So cue it. Call it now from October 29th.
For episode 117 of Dimes on Duval, presented by Nerdy Nuts, he's Mike Yashi. I'm Keith Manzi signing off, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
See ya.